Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards, back with another video. Today is November 20th, start of the week. Thank you for being here and joining me to look at some sports cards. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you consider sticking around for a bit. First, real quick, I was on X the other day, and I'm sure you get this as well, just random videos and tweets sent your way. I saw one that was rather, I call, disturbing to me, and it has to do with the subject of autographs. This video shows a woman. I believe she's from the wrestling entertainment industry. You know, they travel almost every day, in and out of airports constantly. Well, she's there. She's got her luggage right there with her. And she is just bombarded with so-called fans. Maybe a dozen of them at least. You know, all of them with armfuls of, let's just say, their crap. Shoving it in her face. Not even talking to her. Not asking how her family is, how her health is. You know, Henry Aaron, he used to hate doing signings because all people wanted to talk about was 715. 715, 715. It bothered him that no one ever asked about his family or had any concern about his well-being. All people wanted was Hank Aaron, which he said was a bit of a character he had to portray at these functions. Fans did not care about Henry Aaron, the man that had to carry this other persona around, you know, basically his whole career as a player and after his playing days. Now, I know it comes with a territory of being in the limelight, and going to signings is completely different than running into somebody, you know, not at a function. But hounding somebody, basically, she's being ambushed. And she's obviously on her way to catch a flight to the next city in an airport. You know, these people are not letting her breathe, basically. There's no verbal interaction whatsoever, just so they can sell their garbage on eBay. You know, it just sickened me a little bit. You know, what's your thoughts on this? Is it a bad take from me? I mean, can you imagine it? Signing all this stuff with no sentimental value for the people waiting and camping out just to sell it away. But let me know in the comments how you feel about that. But today, you know, let's look at some cards. And these cards are going to be from my favorite set, 1985 Topps. I found this lot of about 50 cards or so. Paid $5.25 total with shipping. Which is cool because cello packs and rack packs, which is what I usually look for if I'm going to buy anything to rip open. For 1985 Topps, you're probably talking $25 a pop. I didn't look at this whole lot online, but when it comes to your favorite set, you know, star power is nice, but it's not too important to me. I'm not anticipating any big rookies in here or anything like that. But let's just see what shows up in this haul of cards. I'm going to rip this open. I'll be back in a second. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'd rather not have you wait around seeing me open this, so I'll be right back. Alright, we got the package open now. First thing I noticed, every single one of these is in a penny sleeve. How cool is that? So let's dig in here. See what we got. Oh, right off the bat, we got an Oscar Gamble. Going for that afro. It's pretty awesome. Now, some of these, most of them I probably already have, but that's not the point. Dave Stewart. We got Smoke here. I love collecting him. Here he is with the Rangers, who won the World Series this year. Jerry Mumphrey, great outfielder. He played for quite a bit of teams. Cardinals, Padres, Yankees, Astros. Member of high school track team. Real neat there. We got Bo Diaz, the late great Phillies and Reds catcher. Ernie Camacho, who I think he spent most of his career with the Indians. Oh, we have a trivia question. Who won the AL batting crown? 68, 301 average, the lowest ever. Now this is recognizable. I want to say, I don't know. First name comes to my mind is Yastrzemski, but I don't know. Hey! What do you know? Perfect. Lee Mazzilli, New York native. Played for the Mets. I believe he played for the Yankees, too. Very good hitter. Nice. Joe Cowley, he played for, I believe, the White Sox later in his career. Now, there's a lot right there about Joe. Very cool. And these are, you know, take this one out. Good shape. You know, these are, you know, be lucky to get right out of the pack looking this good. So, you know, for $5.25, I'm loving this. Jeff Zahn. I don't know too much about Jeff, but, you know, pretty good career. As far as, you know, like some people don't even sniff the major leagues, so put in his work. We got Johnny LeMaster, great name. Nick Asaski, know him pretty well from collecting cards in the 80s. Here's another trivia. National League record for most home runs in 1 month. Willie Mays, which I think that was broken by Sammy Sosa in, I want to say, May of 1998. We got Jim Gantner, long time Brewer. I believe he spent his whole career with one team. Mike Flanagan, he is I think he won the Cy Young in what, 83? No, not even close, 79. I think he won the Cy Young award. So we got a Cy Young winner here. We got Mike Davis. Now, Mike Davis, he pinch ran. I'm trying to remember who it was for. Franklin Stubbs, maybe? In the 1988 World Series Game 1. He was on second when Kirk Gibson hit his home run. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tom Niedenfuhr, now we're talking. The longtime Dodger. He played for the Orioles later on. I've seen on some channels how he is a great one to pull from packs. Mike Jorgensen, he also played for the Expos. You know, the Expos national franchise isn't really too deep in the first base category, but so he's probably one of the better ones they had. All right, let's move along here. Who else we got? John McNamara, who was the manager of the Boston Red Sox as well. John Butcher, Twin, looks like he might be either signing an autograph or maybe filling out a lineup card. Got him. Alex Trevino, he later played with the Astros. Came up with the Mets. Here is another trivia. September 28th, 1983. Who set the record for most home runs, 32, in a season by a designated hitter? Don't know. 83. Reggie? Oh, Lizutsky. Greg Lizutsky. Probably his time with the White Sox. Doug Bear. I like the Tigers cards in this. There's a lot of great colors that come out there. Buddy Bell, one of my favorites from this era. Very underrated. A terrific defensive third baseman. And he's got close to, I mean, he's got to be up there. 2,700 hits, 2,800 hits, I believe. Career. Al Bumbry, the speedy outfielder for the Orioles. Played with them for quite a long time. Floyd Bannister. Now here's a guy that later on in his career, not too much later than this, but always looked, you know, kind of older than what he was. But solid pitcher there. We've got Jack the Ripper, Jack Clark. I believe at this time the Giants were the only franchise he played for. He would go on to play with the Cardinals and the Yankees, but he was a great player that people only remember by his time later that he just struck out or walked or hit a home run, but he wasn't that type of player in San Francisco. Enos Cabal, solid third baseman. Hal McRae, who has the best post-game rant in history, bar none. It's got cursing, it's got frustration, it's got blood, it's got booze. As you, if you've seen it, he shows him like yelling at people, and he's got a handle of vodka, and by the end of the tirade, so that's what I remember him for. Go check out that. It's got to be on YouTube still. Tony Armas, one of the great sluggers in this time period. Probably one of the best sluggers in this time period. Let me look at those home run totals. From 80 to 84. I do have his rookie card as well. That was 78, I think, or 77. Here we go, Mookie Wilson. Shout out to Mookie Chilson. What a great shot. Of course, we know that he was on up to bat the ball that went through Bill Buckner's legs, 1986. Steve Comer. Don't know too much about him, but, you know, 7 seasons here in the majors, that's nothing to, you know, shake your head on. Darrell Evans, he's a great one. Bill James said he was the most underrated player ever to play baseball, according to analytics. I was always a fan of him. with his time with Detroit, played for the Giants, the Braves. So I think he's very underrated. We got another Cy Young Award winner, Louisiana Lightning, the Gator. One of the greatest pitching seasons ever, 1978. And I'll prove it to you with these numbers. There we go, 25-3 with a 1.74 ERA. Man, he was untouchable that season. Luis Salazar, he played for the Cubs later on, but yeah, he's a solid third baseman. All right, let's try to get through this. Hope you're enjoying it. I love this stuff. Ron Hassey played for the Yankees and the Oakland Athletics. Solid behind the plate. This guy I've never heard of. Bob Alchinko. I'm sure he enjoyed his time as a major leaguer. Why wouldn't you? Ray Burris. He had some solid seasons there. Very nice. Julio Cruz, longtime second baseman. Solid defensively. He had speed. Just one of those glue guys in the lineup. Calvin Chapman, he really didn't pan out to do too much. He was kind of came before that. Kevin Elster, Greg Jeffries, Keith Miller, kind of prospects that the Mets were coming up with. Jim Fanning doesn't look like he's having that great of a time. Probably, I don't know what his record was, but he didn't last too long. We got Ed Whitson. This guy was really good, but he went to the Yankees and just kind of imploded. Check out, there's a video on a brawl between, I don't know, who was it? The Braves? I'm not sure who he played for at the time, but there was a big rumble on the field, and by the end of it, Whitson's got his shirt off, and he's just kind of trying to be the tough guy there. It's very entertaining. One of the best brawls you'll see. Jamie Easterly of the Indians. We got Darryl Brown, so we're running into some kind of like role players here. Jeff Piccolo. Middle infielder, Greg Brock. Dodger, but then he had some decent seasons with the Brewers. We've got a captain, Willie Randolph. Always great to see him. To be honest, I'm not sure how old he was or is right now. I wouldn't mind seeing him as a Yankee manager. He got shafted by the Mets. But I guess, depending on, you got Dusty Baker and Bruce Bochy, they're up there in age. I don't think Willie Randolph's that much older or younger than them. Ron Say, the great Dodger, the Penguin. Willie McGee, 1985 Topps. This is when he won the MVP in the National League. Hit .353 that year. That would be 85, so it's not on this card. But we got an MVP winner. Perfect. Ned Yost, longtime catcher. We got Bruce Sutter, All-Star card, Hall of Famer, followed up by another Hall of Fame closer, Raleigh Fingers. Love this card. Just look at that image. We got a checklist here. Got one more small pile. And Bob Knepper. I think later on he would shave that mustache, but he had a good one. John Henry Johnson. I always liked that name. I don't know, it just seemed like an old school kind of a... No, I'm glad he kind of kept, I guess both first names. What's his, does it say his actual name, birth name? No, it doesn't. Tony Scott, solid outfielder. Gave you some speed. I just showed this Dave Kingman Tiffany card, but here we have the base. The Sky King, who could leave any ballpark with his majestic home runs. We got Bob Baylor. Was he a first-round draft pick? I don't know if it says on here. No, it just says by trade. He might have been, though. Don't remember. Frank Pastore. Got plenty of his cards, being with the Reds. And we end it with longtime Blue Jay Jim Clancy. He also played for the Astros later in his career. He was pretty solid, though. So there you go. Like, to me, I love this stuff. Got some good cards. For $5.25, you can fill out your set as well. So that was a no-brainer to pick those up. Well, that's it for today's video. I always I'm going to tell myself, let's do like a 10-minute video. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. Maybe that'll be a resolution for next year. Try to make shorter videos. But that's it for today. Glad you stuck with me, and welcome, my returning viewers. And if you're new, hopefully you'll be back for some more cards. I did post on my community page today, what player have you pulled the most out of packs? So go over there, check out who it is for me, and let me know who you seem to always be getting ripping packs. I appreciate you spending time here. Have a great week. Enjoy the Thanksgiving festivities, and be safe out there. Take care.